The formation of ASISA was actually very important, where we brought the whole of the non-banking financial services sector together. And the whole idea behind it was collaboration of all the members so that you could create scale and hopefully have an impact. And that translates directly into the Foster the Future initiatives. Because if you work together, you can have bigger impact. And that was the idea behind the whole issue around the ASISA, etc. The Foster the Future initiatives were put there to make a difference. And they are separate, but in many ways joined at the hip. The first was the ASISA Academy, which develops young talent. And the second that came about at the same stage was the Enterprise and Supplier Development Initiative and the Foundation. I can't take credit for the idea. It was actually one of my colleagues, Trevor Chandler. And fortunately, it was very strongly supported by the then chair of the ASISA board, Dr. Jan van Zyl, who was CEO of Sanlam. Maybe I can take a bit of credit of getting it done. And that's where it all started. And it was twofold. One, to make a difference. And secondly, because of the financial sector code being gazetted, for the members that do participate to score the points that were required in terms of their scorecards. I think it's been remarkable. Started on a wing and a prayer. I went and hauled Ruth out of the accounting profession, and she became CEO. And the 10 years have been remarkable because I think the collective, the team learned that you can't have one-size-fits-all interventions. So they tailor-made the programs to suit the particular audience. And the whole idea behind it was to create financial literacy so people can look after themselves. Secondly, to promote entrepreneurs so that they could build and develop businesses, and it obviously was targeted at disadvantaged communities. And as we dial on 10 years, I think it's been a huge success because it's not only doing the intervention. What they've done particularly well is monitoring the impact of the intervention. So it's been a huge success story in my mind. They were doing an entrepreneurial development program which is called Flame in the Northwest Province, close to Sun City. And one of the entrepreneurs came down to Cape Town. They sort of had a meet and greet for these entrepreneurs. I happened to be on the board of Sun International at that stage, which obviously owned Sun City. And this young entrepreneur came to me and he said, he realized that I was connected, and he said to me, I just want to tell you that their cultural village in Sun City is badly run. And when they get foreign guests, they put chocolate or nougat on their pillow, they eat it and forget where they were. Me and my community can run the cultural village, and we can make African things, I suppose, that you could put on the pillow that will remind them of their visit to Sun City. I then spoke to the CEO and I said, you don't have to make promises, just give this guy a shot. Dial on. They now run the cultural village, the whole community benefits, and they produce memorabilia for the palace, which foreign guests can take away to remind themselves of where they were, rather than just eating a nougat or a chocolate. Very special. Education in the broader sense is key. Long-term, any successful country needs well-educated people. Within that context, financial education plays a critical role, because you are preparing people to understand finance, which makes them better able to deal with the world out there. And secondly, if you are vaguely successful, your challenge is to take somebody and create their own balance sheet and income statement. Take them away from the balance sheet of the state so that they are self-sustainable. And financial education plays a huge role in that. I'm by nature very optimistic and positive. The financial sector is a key component of any economy, and particularly the South African economy. It creates savings pools where that money can be deployed into the real economy, which is exceptionally important. So they have a major role to play. I think the world is changing, but the financial sector will always have a role to play. And I think going into the future, the financial sector will invest on behalf of clients, customers, but I think the real deployment of capital into the future will come, as I believe it, into what you call infrastructure to create a capable state. My message to the team within the foundation and its board of trustees as regards the next 10 years is twofold. Carry on what you're doing, and you're doing it exceptionally well. I believe that you should use your endeavors to scale the foundation even further and bring in additional sources of funding so that you can run bigger programs, have more money to deploy in your very, very good journey of creating financially literate people and creating young entrepreneurs. And finally, I believe with the foundation, you should create a pipeline of very early stage entrepreneurs to ultimately be supported and funded by the ASISA Enterprise and Supplier Development Initiative, so that you can create for the future a pipeline of entrepreneurs that can run their own businesses successfully.